Okay, guys, this is going to be the last part of the video. We've already shaded the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the lips. We're going to go ahead and zoom in and get those ears shaded up. What I want you guys to do is, you don't really need your pencil. Just use your tortillon right now. And we're just going to go around the line of the ear. You want to make sure you're shading inwards, not outside the ear. You can avoid touching the next line. Go ahead and avoid touching the next line. We're shading on the line in toward the ear. On the bottom of the lobe, you can go ahead and blend a little bit upwards on there, kind of get that going. Then we're going to start on this line and go underneath that. My tortillon is kind of dirty right now, so this is a little darker than you'll probably get. But if you can just kind of shade in there, that's what you want to do. Whatever you can get off of that line. Like I said, my tortillon's a little bit dirty right now because I used it last period. Anyway, next thing we're going to do is we're going to blend inside this shape. It's okay if you go outside the shape a little bit. And then we want to go down the side of the face. Just kind of get a little bit in those cheeks right there. Something like that. All right, and whatever we do to this side, we're going to do to the other side. So let's go ahead and go around the outside of the ear. I mean, the outside line, and you want to stay inside the ear. We don't want to have any floating shadows outside the ear that are just outside the form. So we'll go like that. And then we're going to go inside of this underneath the line. So grab that lead from the line and just blend it down as best as you can. Like I said, mine is my tortillon's a little dirty, so it's probably shading a lot darker than yours. Blending a lot darker than yours. And let's go ahead and get some lead from here. It's okay, like I said, if you go outside the shape a little bit, and then we're going to take this down the side of the face. And that's pretty good for right there. If you have a hard line like I do right here, you can kind of see it just like stops. We can go ahead and just kind of blend. That means you're just going to press a little less, apply a little less pressure there to your work. All right. So like over here where all those little, like they're shading outside of the face or whatever, you can erase that. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to work the hairs on the face. That means our lashes, our eyebrows, stuff like that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do with the eyelashes, with your pencil, you're going to go ahead and make some little lashes coming out the bottom line right here. So you want these lines to be free lines. In other words, when you're drawing them, you don't want to control them so much. You want to be more like fast with them. So my pencil needs a little sharpening, but just kind of fast like that instead of being controlled like that. Okay, so that way it goes a little thinner. So you want to start definitely on the line, okay, and then kind of make your way off. So it'll look like that. Okay, so just we're starting on the line and just kind of making some little lines that come off of here. These don't have to be so, as long as they're on the line and coming off, that's going to work, okay. So it's up to you how long you want to make them. Normally our bottom lashes are not so long. All right, I'm going to zoom in just so you can kind of see this a little better. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so we'll go bottom line, kind of bring these little lines out of there. Just want to make sure you're starting on the line. Okay, and then for the top lashes, I like to start on the line, and these are going to go kind of toward the outside of the face. They can move a little bit further up or in an upwards direction when they get more to the inside of the eye. So here, I'll start here and just kind of get some free lines that come off of here. Maybe something like that. If you want to add a few more, I like to kind of fill the bottom, so I'm just going to add a couple more in there. Be a little shorter, kind of in the middle spaces, something like that. It's up to you how long you want to make your lashes. Go ahead and do the other side. These go out toward the outside of the face, so do these. They go out toward the outside of the face. So on the line, curve yourself off. And then you can kind of add a few more in the little gaps there. Make sure that you get those in there. All right. And then for the eyebrows, what we're going to do, our eyebrows are not going to have an outline, so all we're going to do is we're going to fill it up with little lines. So we're going to just start by making some lines like this. Okay, so these kind of go up a little bit and then to the side. But you've got your line to show you where the bottom of your eyebrow is. Don't worry so much about the shape right now. You can shape them up in a little while. These will kind of come out this way. Once you get those in there, you use your tortillon to kind of fill in the space. So that way you don't have gaps. You'll still have some hairs. You want to go in the direction of the hairs. Okay, so we're not going up and down. You want to go in the direction of the hairs. And then if you want to shape them up, let's say you want really clean lines, we're not going to use a pencil to do that. You're going to use the eraser to shape up your eyebrows. So you can come in here and kind of just shape them how you want. To kind of get your eyebrows in there. Okay? And then you do the same thing to the other side. You want to go, these hairs are going to go upwards and out this way. Bunch of little lines. That's what your hairs look like. That's what your eyebrows look like. They're a bunch of hairs, so a bunch of lines. Kind of fill that in there. I'm going to use a tortillon here. Kind of fill this space here so it doesn't have all the little gaps. Don't worry again about all the little empty spaces or all those little scraggly hairs. If you don't want that in there, you're going to shape that up with an eraser. So come in here, shape up the top, and then over here, however you want that to be. And I'm going to fix this end over here. And let's say those are your eyebrows. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the hairline. So your hair starts, whether you're a girl or a boy, your hair starts right around the front of your ears. So I'm just going to kind of make like where my hair would start here. It kind of comes in this way. You want to give a little space for your forehead. Let's say like around there. Do the same thing to the other side. This is whether we're drawing a girl or a boy. The hair starts right around here. You're going to come in here. You definitely don't want this line touching your eyebrow. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you don't want it touching your eyebrow. We're going to go ahead and give yourself some forehead. So let's say around here. And then everybody has a natural hairline. And then some people go and get it all fixed up. Right? Everybody's hairline is a little different, but pretty much alike, something like that. So if you have hair, this right now is saying you're pretty much bald. Your hair is super close to your scalp. So what we want to do is we want to add some hair. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and let's say I want to put a part on this side of his hair or her hair. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go above the line of the head. And I'm going to add some hair to this. I'm going to go wide with it, and I'll bring it back in. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. Go wide with it, and bring it back in. Okay, and it looks like I would probably go a little bit above here. Looks like I ran out of paper there. And what we'll do is, I'll add another little paper here in case you have space. We'll draw it in there. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make lines that go with the way the direction of the hair is. So if you are combing your hair to the side. And these lines would come this way. And then as you get toward the top of the hair, they kind of start going this way to get the shape of your head. Don't worry so much about everything else. You want these hairs kind of comb down and these kind of maybe comb back. Don't worry so much about it right now. And then these hairs, let's say they come this way. They kind of comb down, and then these from the front, let's say they comb back. I don't really know, I'm just saying. Okay, so if it's something like that, then you get those lines in there. Next thing you do is you get your tortillon and you follow the direction of the lines to kind of fill the area so it doesn't look so bald. So we kind of fill this area up, go in the direction of the lines. So in other words, we're not going to just go straight across, we're going to follow the shape of the head. And we start getting all those gray tones in there. You can still see some of these lines. Maybe some of your lines start to disappear. But you definitely want to get some shading in there. If you had a bigger tortillon, remember you're using tortillon on the side, right? So you can blend in there. So these kind of go like that. Now it's starting to fill his hair up or her hair up. It looks more like a boy to me. You just want to fill up the hair. And then once we've got all of it shaded in, you can also use your finger. That helps get your finger going in there so that it can cover a little bit more space faster. Our tortillons are kind of small. If you have a bigger tortillon, go ahead and use that. Okay, so once we have that all shaded, the next thing you can do is add a little bit more lines to it to kind of define some of these areas. So like maybe here, a little darker there, maybe on the edge we can darken up some of these lines. You get the hair in there, then you can blend again on the top. If you blended and you are missing what's it called? You got a lot of blending outside of the hair. You want to clean that up, okay? The next thing we want to do, it's okay if you have lines outside the hair, because those could be hairs, but you don't want to have shading outside the hair, okay? You want that to be pretty, shading part wants to stay inside the hair. All right, so next thing we're going to do with our tortillon, we're going to bring out a little bit of shape of the head. So start on your hair, just kind of move into the head like this, kind of round it up, blend it up, come this way, we're almost done, blend that. If it's too dark, you want to don't press so hard on it, follow this hairline, get a little shadow underneath the hair, get a little shadows in there, and then this also will come from here, kind of circle around your head here. You have a little shading on your forehead. You can kind of blend that off with your finger if the lines are too obvious. You can kind of see those are rough lines. I don't really like the hair here, so I'm just going to kind of add some length here. And there we go. And that's pretty much that with the hair and the head. If you didn't blend on the chin, you also want to blend on the chin a little bit. So right now it doesn't look like we've blended on our chin. So let's go down there and just with your tortillon, just follow that chin line all the way across. On the line, blend it up. On the line, blend it up. And that should be the end of that. You got a finished, realistic looking face. Alright, good job. Turn that in on the assignment that says realistic face. All right, thank you.